I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
This is a paid request from Dan. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any other type of videos, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. I promise I will get to them as soon as I can. As long as I survive movies like this. Icebreaker. Might as well call Mentos the Fresh Maker. Yeah, about as fresh as 5-day journey in your underwear in the desert Mojave, and then someone told you to lick my balls. That's as fresh as it is. This is one of the worst fucking Die Hard ripoffs I have ever seen. The only one I would say is worse is the Anna Nicole Smith film Skyscraper. Yes, Anna Nicole Smith did a Die Hard ripoff called Skyscraper. I would say that's the worst Die Hard ripoff. This is the second worst. I mean, I would rather watch... There's a lot of good Die Hard ripoffs. Even if you want to call them Die Hard ripoffs, there's arguments you can make. Like Speed. Like, some people call it Die Hard ripoff. I'm like, is it really? I just think it's a good action movie. But Speed, Cliffhanger, yes, Sudden Death, Final Score with Batista. That's a good one. I don't like Skyscraper with The Rock. I would rather watch that than this. It stars Sean Astin, who was in a Die Hard type of movie, which was fun, called Toy Soldiers. He was, of course, in the Goonies, Lord of the Rings films. You have Bruce Campbell as the bad guy, bald. He's kind of trying, but they kind of made him a bit too serious when it should have been a lot goofy or a lot more fun. Stacy Keach from Road Games is in this. This movie didn't know if it wanted to be silly or if it wanted to be serious. If it wanted to be silly and go all the way and do a parody, it should have. Or it's trying to be serious, but you didn't need a lot of bad dialogue, boring fucking action, lack of action, cheap production values. Sean Astin is your hero, and he doesn't do jack shit. Except at one point, he's on a fucking snowboard, where more his double is on the snowboard. And it cuts to Sean Astin doing this. Then cuts to, stuntman snowboarder. And then Sean Astin doing this. This is lousy as fuck. This is just a 3.7 IMDb. I can fucking see why. If you liked it, that's cool. I'm sorry. And speaking of Die Hard, it plays the Ode to Joy at the, when you watch trailers to Die Hard. This plays the entire fucking Beethoven, the whole Beethoven song, the whole fucking thing, while people are riding ski lifts and going down ski lifts. How fucking exciting. And yeah, really makes me think of Die Hard. And I'm like, okay, maybe this be a parody, a comedy, a takeoff of Die Hard. Because Die Hard has ski loft. No. You have two pilots fighting with each other. Shitty dialogue about what the fuck this guy's Grey Poupon or what the fuck he's eating. The plane goes down off screen because we're too cheap to afford that. Then Sean Astin's with his fiance over dinner, wants to marry her. You gotta talk to my dad. The fiance's dad's played by Stacy Keach, and most of the time he just has to. All Stacy Keach gets to do is sit, talk with his daughter, sit, look worried, sit. Like, he sits in the same fucking chair for most of the fucking film. He just do a little bit at the end. It's a waste of Stacy Keach. Bruce Campbell's character is dying, and he's like, no more birthdays. I'm like, that's what you're worried about? I mean, he's dying, no more birthdays. This has some wanty editing too, at least the scene where the guy who survived the plane crash we didn't fucking witness, he goes into a car, breaks it, he steals the car. He's driving. The next fucking scene, again, he's driving. The next fucking scene, boom, skylight of a city, and the guy is hanging from a helicopter. The next scene, he's hanging from a helicopter with his arms. And Bruce Campbell, I like Bruce Campbell, but they made him play a role, should have been much more fun. Instead, they made him play it serious. Steps on the guy's hand because you failed me. Guy falls to bad special effect land. Green screen, whatever it is. Sean Astin, he works at the ski lodge. Doesn't want to, he's afraid of Stacy Keach asking him for daughter's, hand in marriage. It's like, Sean Astin, stop being a pussy, just ask. Bruce Campbell meets a couple of the bad guys. Cops come. The bad guys, Bruce Campbell escaped into this underground railroad thing that apparently is under the fucking barn. Because they met at a barn, and somehow under the barn leads to an underground railroad the size of the Grand fucking Canyon for somehow. So, and then they get to this D-Lodge, because in the plane there is some stuff to make a bomb, so radioactive material. And Bruce Campbell wants to blow up the mountain. Why? I don't know. You tell me why. Because I don't fucking know why. I guess because he's dying. Maybe that wasn't his plan. But he's like, fuck it. I guess we'll blow it up the mountain. Why? I just for the shits and the giggles. I don't fucking know why. Even in Die Hard, in Cliffhanger, you understood the plan. Speed, you understand the bad guy's plan. I don't understand what Bruce Campbell's doing. And I like Bruce Campbell. It's nice to see Bruce Campbell, but there are times, moments where he's trying to have fun. Like he's talking with the phone, and he's banging on it. Hello. But they try to make him too dry and serious. I'm like, buddy, director, you don't have the budget for action. There's barely any action. It takes like 40 minutes for Bruce Campbell to finally take the lodge hostage. And this is like a 90-some minute movie, thankfully. And yeah, it takes time to do in Die Hard, but there's shit worth to watch before then. Sean Astin fit well in Toy Soldiers. Here, he seems out of his element. The fiancé, whatever. Stacy Keach. Yeah, he's just talking like he's Stacy Keach, and all he has to do is sit in a chair amongst all these other patrons of this ski lodge. This movie feels like it's PG-13. If it's rated R, I don't know fucking why. If it's PG-13, it makes sense. It doesn't feel R-rated. Sean Astin is outside. he meets this other guy who's goofy and trying to say shitty lines like, I'm a park ranger, not the Lone Ranger. Can you be a dead fuck? Can you be a duck fuck? Can you be a mute? Can you be in a grave? Can you get the fuck out of Dodge? Can a Dodge hit you? Can a Dodge van crumple you up? Can the Lone Ranger use a silver bullet on you? And the entire movie? It's too serious, so it's not fun. It's too cheap and blah and boring to be entertaining. And yet Die Hard is serious but fun, but that did it well. And then the levity of humor with John McClane, like Bruce Willis when he gave a shit in his prime. Or Dennis Hopper was having fun as the bomber in Speed. You think I'm doing this for fun? Hey, wave of the future, Jack. Haha. You know, Dennis Hopper's really having fun with that role. You think, I mean, look at... I know his name. Come on. This movie killing my brain cells. I'm forgetting people's names. It pisses me off. Cliffhanger. John Lithgow. John Lithgow is Quaylen. He's having fun with that role. And he's deliciously evil. You know what true love is? Sacrifice. Yes. It's just a cheap, boring movie. Sean Astin barely makes an impression. He knocks out one guy. He gets into the kitchen. He accidentally hits a button. He fucks up. Gets in a fight with someone. Just dragged back and he gets caught. And by this point, we're like an hour into the movie. Hour and change, and there's like 20 minutes left of the film. Bruce Campbell's trying to say pontifications of the real monsters are the normal ones. Be careful out there. And I honestly forgot why the fuck he lets Sean Astin go. I think it's something they need to find some detonator. But you got other bad guys to find a detonator. So why the fuck do you need Sean Astin out there who tried to fuck up your shit and could fuck up more of your shit? So letting him go outside is supremely fucking dumb. But they do. And then you have these annoying side characters. They have this owner of the Steel Lodge who's like down below and he's talking on the phone. And this guy gives one of the worst performances I have seen from anyone in a Die Hard type of movie. Perhaps the worst. Makes Anna Nicole Smith look like Gina fucking Davis or Anthony fucking Hopkins. This guy is awful. The owner of the Steel Lodge. Yo, bunch of chicken, useless, hit up on me. Trash the pay, shall we? Nobody's gonna blow it up. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? What the fuck is your major malfunction? What the fuck is your iota? Did you know the friend of the fucking director? Did you suck the director's dick? Did you lick his balls out? Did you do the rim job of glory? How the fuck did you get this job? Because you can't act for shit. You couldn't act the fucking prop of a fucking piece of paper. And all it has to do is stay there. You couldn't act the fucking thing of a bottle. All it has to do is this. Maybe you sucked on there. Gush, squirt in your fucking mouth. That's the only way I know you got the fucking job. I know I'm being rude, but this guy was fucking rude to my fucking ears, to my fucking retinas. This is acting such fucking major cock. With capital cock. He was fucking horrible, this guy. I don't remember his fucking name, maybe for good measure. But he was the owner of the Steel Lodge, what Sean Astin calls him. Yo, but you said he helped on me. He chased the planes. He just blows up over. He just blows a gasket, and then it's like, I guess that was supposed to be the comedy, because later on he gears up with this lady and he shoots a guy that tries to run over Sean Astin and his fiance. Well, Bruce Campbell's goons, they have these RPG rocket launchers. They blow up a cop's police chopper. Really, the only fucking thing Sean Astin gets to do, and he's supposed to be our hero. Like I said, he knocked out a guy at the beginning, got caught, let go. He snowboards, took the detonator. His fiance, they locked up in a fucking ski lift. This is what they do. They put the fiance in a ski lift going down, and they put a bomb on there. Why? No. Wait, that's not how it worked. Was it? I know, you know what? I kid you not. I forgot how that worked out. I know she's in a ski lift and there's a bomb there. Someone might have gone up and put the bomb on there while she was on there. You know what? I completely forgot. That shows how little of a fuck this movie did for me. And I'm still wondering, oh, I wasn't paying attention to it. I'm still wondering why the fuck does Bruce Campbell want to blow up this mountain? He doesn't even really make a demand. I want money. I don't even think he does that. Sean Astin's snowboarding, or his double snowboarding. He jumps up, gets his ski lift, because, yeah, that's how it works. That's how it all works. When you're snowboarding, you're able to go all the way up and grab a... Again, if you have a good stunt in the vein of a James Bond, or Cliffhanger, or other dire ripoffs worth the shit, sudden death. I could play about sudden death because John Van Damme sadly was on drugs, so all of his fight scenes pretty much are body doubles. And that's disappointing because John Van Damme's a good martial artist. He's a good on-screen movie fighter. I don't like that almost... Most of the fight scenes, there's some of his up close, but the wide shots are all body doubles. Yeah, they taste me out in the movie. But I still like it, and there's some really good action set pieces and stunt work. Very good ones. Unlike this, because it didn't have the budget. Just barely anything fucking happens. Stacy Keach, he disarms one guy, has a gun on two bad guys, gets them all down. Barney Fife, the motherfucker who we saw earlier that was with Sean Astin, the goofy guy, the one who said, I'm the park ranger, not the Lone Ranger. He's on a snowmobile, this evil chick is on a snowmobile, and the guy just throwing shit, including a VHS tape. Why there's a VHS tape in the snowmobile, I don't fucking remember. I guess he just had it with him. Because we all carry VHS tapes with us in the year 2000 that this came out. We all had VHS tapes with us, you know. I can understand that. I mean, yeah, fucking... We just all carry VHS tapes. You know, just, you know, throws it, hits her in the face. And then runs to a tree and blows up. Her snowmobile and her blow up. Death by getting hit in the face with VHS tape. Well, swerving the snowmobile and then boom. What the fuck? Maybe that could work if you're doing a parody comedy, but this is not. So many points it takes itself too serious. Like Bruce Campbell and Sean Astin and if it thought it was being a parody, it did a bad job of that because it wasn't funny. So then Sean Astin gets on the ski lift, gets the fiance, they jump off, ski lift blows up. They're going to get run over by this bid machine. The worst actor in the movie, he gets up there, shoots the guy. You know, the owner of the steel lodge, whoever the hell he was. Then Sean Astin and Bruce Campbell... Sean Astin and the fiance get to Bruce Campbell, who's got an RPG. I guess he's going to shoot the thing. Well, if I don't have the detonator, I'm going to shoot this and blow us all up. And so... And the way this was edited was confusing. Like, Sean Astin and fiance, I guess, are down below, and they're looking up Bruce Campbell, but then he's looking off over here to shoot, and then someone else shoots, and Bruce Campbell blows up. And the only reason we know he blows up is because there's a pit of fire about this big, and his earpiece is on the ground. And apparently Stacy Keach got his own bazooka, his own RPG, and fired it at Bruce Campbell. And fired it what looked like from 10 feet away. Surprised didn't kill them all. I mean, I was confused at first of what the fuck happened. And now everybody's fine, and they get wine glasses, and yes, Sean Astin, you can marry my daughter. And the movie's over, and I want some Mentos. I want some Fresh Bakers. I don't want any ice. I will never eat an Icebreaker again. You don't know what an Icebreaker is? A mint. Fuck it. I'm strictly a Mentos now. Mentos and Fresh Maker. This ruined any future time I will ever eat an Icebreaker. Mint. Icebreaker. Like, no, my mouth would be dry as the Sahara Desert. Dry as a pussy. That has been fucked. For 10 years. This was terrible. And I'm sorry, Dan, if you like the film, that's cool. It's too cheap. It looks made for TV. It honestly looks like a made for TV film. And I don't know what the rating is. Again, I'm assuming it's PG-13. Which, that's the case. That's an issue. And like I said, it's trying to be... It tries to have goofy moments, and they're not funny. And then there's trying to be very serious moments, and it's just... No. And like Bruce Campbell's too serious and dry, and Sean Astin as well. And it's just very cheap. It's very boring. Very uneventful. Your hero, Sean Astin, doesn't do shit. He really doesn't do much of shit. And I mean, this is just like a 3 point something. I understand it. I said, other than Anna Nicole Smith's Skyscraper, this is the second worst Die Hard ripoff. When you make it that I don't like the film, but I would rather watch Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Skyscraper. Yeah, there's something wrong. There's something seriously wrong here. Maybe that's just me. But with that case, that's all I got. See you guys later. Bye-bye.